Good afternoon, mga HR. Maulang hapon sa lahat. Sa Calabarzon, NCR po ay napakamaulan ngayon dahil nga po sa nararanasan nating low pressure. Sorry po. Sorry, medyo nagkaroon lang po ng maingay. Pero anyway po, this afternoon po ay magkakaroon po tayo ng isang full of learning. Kaya lagi natin sinasabi every week, we have fruitful afternoon and learning this afternoon from our speaker. Last week, our speaker explained to us what is mental health and why our employees did not ask for help. Bakit nga ba? Pero hindi po ba napakaganda ng hapon na yon ng Sabado last week dahil marami tayong natutunan. Mga real experience na galing sa ating mga speaker. At ngayong hapon po, our speaker will explain and give us tips on how we could handle and cope up with stress. Pero bago po yan, share ko lang po ang aking screen. Yan, share lang po ako ng screen. Ay, ang bilis ko, nasa picture taking na ako. Ipaalala ko lang po ang HRE Knowledge 2021 Ground Rules. Anyway po, ang Zoom po natin, hindi po siya open ng 15 minutes early. Actually, 1 o'clock pa lang po, marami na pong pumapasok sa ating HRE Knowledge this afternoon. Nakikiusap po kami sa lahat na kung maaari, video on or dahil nga po medyo maulan ngayon, mahina ang internet, pwede pong naka-video off, basta po naka-audio mute po tayo para po hindi magkaroon ng interaction o konting ingay sa background natin. Lahat po ng katanungan must be placed in the chat box or on the comment section in FB Live. Hinihiling po namin ang inyong full attention and cooperation para naman po ma-maximize natin ang learning ngayon. Lalo na lahat tayo ngayon ay nakakaranas ng stress dahil sa pandemic. Asandaan po natin, ang webinar po na ito ay free. Nagbibigay po kami ng e-certificate after paying minimal fee of 50 pesos, good for 4 consecutive webinar in 1 month. Ang GCash number po natin ay 0927-140-1360. Ano nga ba ang HR Calabarzon? Ang HR Calabarzon ay group ng mga HRs na nagpo-provide po ng virtual and face-to-face learning sa lahat ng HR practitioner and enthusiasts in Calabarzon. But wait, hindi lang po tayo Calabarzon as of the moment. Meron na rin po tayo mga ka-HR sa NCR, Visayas, Mindanao, Ilocos, North Luzon, and South Luzon, at marami pa po. Kaya nakakatuwa po na ang HR Calabarzon ay patuloy na lumalaki at lumalawak ang ating network. Kaya mga ka-HR, tuloy-tuloy lang po na samahan nyo kami dito sa HR Calabarzon. Siyempre ngayong hapon po, may makakasama tayo. Yan, may makakasama tayo ngayon. Ang ating makakasama ngayong afternoon na ito ay walang iba kundi ang ating nakasama na last year. Ang ating ka-Philippine HR Group, Ma'am Dayan Estrella Ong. Hi, Ma'am Dayan.
Good afternoon, everyone. And it's nice to be back sa HR Calabarzon. And so excited again to host this another learning experience dito sa ating webinar.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am Dayan, this afternoon, excited ako kasi naalala mo last year, talagang ang daming nating stress, di ba? Ang daming nangyari nung pandemic. And syempre, dahil mag-1 year na ang HRE Knowledge at bago mag-1 year knowledge, syempre kailangan malalaman natin paano nga ba tayo makakapag-cope up sa ating stress. Pero bago yun, ma'am, i-ano ko lang, ang rules po natin sa e-certificate, ang e-certificate po, ang HR Calabarzon cannot guarantee that the presentation materials will be shared. Pero tanong po natin sa ating speaker this afternoon kung pwede ba niyang ibigay. Ang ating e-certificate po ay ini-email natin bago po mag-Sabado next week, after today's HRE webinar. After validating your attendance, payment through Google Form and given within the webinar. Ipopost po natin ang link para po sa attendance and feedback form. Nakikiusap po kami na pakisuyo po, paki-accurate po ang name, complete name po. First name, middle initial, and last name. Ang inyo pong email address kasi po yung iba po ay nagba-bounce back. Hindi po nakakarating sa inyo. Ang reference number at proof of payment.
Yeah.
And please lang po, ang atin pong e-certificate ay through email po pinapadala. Hindi po kami nag-a-accommodate ng request through email and Facebook Messenger. Ang 50 pesos po, inuulit natin, ay good for 4 consecutive webinars. At ang 50 pesos po na ito ay napupunta po sa ating monthly subscription sa postpaid Zoom para makapagbigay po tayo ng free HRE knowledge every week. Ayan, Ma'am Dayan.
Yes.
Yes. Ipakilala natin ang ating speaker today.
Yes, pakilala. Actually, excited na ako na marinig siya magsalita sa atin and to give us a learning experience about our topic today. So without further ado, I'll introduce our speaker for today. She is who she is because she chooses to forgive the betrayal and start living her life. Coach Cristina De Joya is a wife and a woman and an advocate of women empowerment. In 2012, she experienced greatest pain in her marriage. Was also awakened her to start discovering her significance and creating the life she wants. She became life coach and mental health coach to support her daughter who was diagnosed with clinical depression. She also started learning and self-development, and she is now a master builder of apprentice master coach A. Her passion to find her purpose led her to life coaching, which became her mission as she is now helping a woman who are married or living in partnership to create the balance between a healthy lifestyle and healthy relationship so that they can make a choice to be a mom, wife, and woman that are destined to be. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Maria Cristina De Joya.
Hi, Ma'am Tin.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Miss
Yes.
Tin.
Can everyone hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
All right, thank you so much. I'd like to share my screen now. And thank you so much for giving me the opportunity this afternoon to speak with HR people. I was also previously an HR practitioner in one of the biggest BPO in the country before I resigned and went full-time into life coaching. So thank you for inviting me for this afternoon. And I hope every one of you learn. And of course, since we are using the process of coaching, yes, kailangan ko po ding marinig ang inyong mga boses. So yan, medyo hinga-hinga muna tayo. Everything will be given a chance to speak. This is a safe space. I have other life coaches with me joining me this afternoon. You can see them as well dun sa chat box nyo, and of course, makikita nyo din yung name nila na may coach at pangalan. So if it feels uncomfortable, just reach out to any of them and someone will be ready to help you out. Okay, so are we starting na po ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll be starting your, hindi ko kasi nakikita sa end ko, but nakashare na po ba yung screen ko?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's start. So thank you for welcoming me here. So I have some pictures here that I would like, tingnan natin, ano ba yung common na ginagawa natin when we are stressed? Ano ba yung una nating ginagawa, kinakain, whatever it is. So, some of you takes coffee. Automatically, pag na-stress, magkakape nga muna ako. So, mag-break ako. Or some of you, as someone, di ka baba tayo, lalo na nung physical pa, no? Madali lang bumaba. Or ikaw ba ay pumupunta sa labas ng bahay at nag-smoke? Or after a hard day's work, you drink. Alcohol ang una nating binabalingan ng para mag-distress. Or mag-order nga ako online para naman ma-distress ako kasi napagod ako ngayong araw? Or do you resort to games, mobile games, whatever games that you have? Parang pampalipas oras. So yan, kung connecting ka in whatever, kung saan ka dyan nakaka-connect, type it on the chat box, write down connecting or ano ba usually yung iyong ginagamit or at what do you resort to whenever you are stressed. So welcome for today's discussion. This is an introduction course to stress management. So for everyone, do you have a pen and paper ready with you or anything na pwede kayong magsulat? I will ask you some questions. So imagine na kahit work from home na, di ba? Karamihan sa atin, we work in the morning or maybe nasa graveyard shift ka, depende kung ano yung oras ng trabaho mo. So imagine na you are going to submit a document or a report. And then, pagbukas mo ng computer, naka-ready na yung report, magsisend ka na lang, biglang nag-crash ang iyong laptop or desktop. Ano kayang feeling? Nakikita ko ang inyong mga faces and how you are reacting. You're responding to the question. So thank you. Just feel free to use our chat box. May mga life coaches po tayo who will be able to respond to you on the chat box. Okay, so positive and negative stress is a constant influence in all of our lives. And the trick is to maximize the positive stress and to minimize the negative stress. So yun po dapat yung ginagawa natin. I-maximize natin kung ano yung positive stress and we minimize the negative. So get ready. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate your current stress level. So 1 is no stress at all. 5 is moderately stressed. And 10 is I'm on the verge of a nervous breakdown. So what's your stress level? Rate it. Wala namang tama or mali doon. Depende yan kung ano ang pakiramdam mo ngayon.
Coach, marami sumasagot ng 4 and 5.
Ayan, parang
May
ang
six.
grabe yung level, no?
May 6 na sumagot, Coach.
Ayan.
May
Sige,
7 pa.
pag-usapan natin yan. So where
May
would you
1.
like your stress level to be? My second question. If you were given a choice, where would you like your stress level to be? Siyempre, nai-imagine ko, ang sagot natin 1, di ba? Or pwedeng 0. May 0 ba? Wala akong 0 eh. 1 to 10.
Wala pong 0, Coach. 1 lang po ang pinakamababa at pinakamataas po ay 7.
Wow. Sige. And my third question, what are the major stressors in your life?
Ano nga ba?
Oo, ano nga ba?
Natin.
Pwedeng asawa mo ba? Anak mo ba?
Work,
Si boss
family
ba?
issues.
Share ko
and
lang yung
boss.
mga sumagot dito. Merong work, may boss.
Sana naka-anonymous yung may boss, no?
Ay, nasaktan ako doon. May nagsabi, stupid co-HR.
Ouch.
Oh, grabe.
Grabe yun.
Money.
Head of office.
Money. Bills.
Oo, tama.
Ako rin,
Ako din
bills.
yan sa stress. Ako din, parehas tayo. Stress level sa bills. Ayan.
Pero
Lalo
marami
na
po
pagdating ni
sumasagot
Judith.
ng work.
Si Judith kasi yun eh.
Uy, may sumagot module.
Modules. Age.
Bakit?
Age.
Grabe.
Na-stress si ma'am sa age. Internet. Naku, nakaka-stress po talaga ang internet.
Tama. And the next question is, what do you
Question
see
of
as the
beginning.
major challenge to resolving your stress? Ano ba yung
Pardon,
major
Coach?
challenge natin? What is your major challenge to resolving your stress? Para mawala sa stress, paano mo siya nare-resolve? So ano yung challenge na nai-encounter mo para ma-resolve it? Di ba? Pag si boss, paano ko kaya papalitan si boss? Para hindi na ako stress. Or paano ko kaya ito tatanggalin na kung HR, kung stupid? Sino ba yun?
Natuwa naman ako doon sa sumagot. I confront my co-HR Focus in your work.
Mm-mm.
Toxic people yung palagi na lang may nakikita na mali sa lahat ng bagay.
Uy.
Tapos ito pa, co-workers naninira pag nakatalikod. Ha, ha, ha.
May tanong lang ako,
And why?
napaisip ako doon. Pwede bang manira sa harap?
Parang mahirap po yata yun,
Mahirap.
ma'am.
Ayun.
Pero maganda rin yung sagot ni Miss Catherine. Focus, nasa na yung sagot niya? Nawala. Wait lang. May,
Focus on
sabi
what
nga nila,
matters.
unwind, focus on what matters most.
Ayan. Maganda yan. Kung alam mo talaga kung paano i-manage yung stress, di ba? And
Yes.
finally, what are you currently doing to manage and reduce stress? Ano ba yung currently na ginagawa mo para ma-manage ang stress? And what would you like to be doing? So yan ang aking tanong.
Uy, nagustuhan ko yung sagot na to, ma'am. Be still motivated via HR Calabarzon webinar. Thank you, sir. Di ba? Nakakatanggal pala ng stress ang HR Calabarzon.
Uy, ang ganda nun. Congrats
Oo.
sa HR Calabarzon. Natatanggal niyo ang stress nila, di ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And sabi nga rin Miss Bernadette, of course, let's pray and always read the Bible for our guidance rin, syempre.
Ayan. So thank you so much sa mga sumagot. Express lang natin yan. We are advocates of mental health and of course being able to express your the stress level that you have right now is also a way of detoxifying kasi nalalabas natin ang ating stress today. So teka lang, ang aking yan. So I'd like to introduce myself for everyone out here. As you can see, I am a wife and a mom. I already have 2 kids. They're big now. My eldest is 19 and my youngest is 15. So, and my husband is also a certified life coach. He is Coach Sean. He's here joining us this afternoon. And our family loves to travel, especially going to the beach. And yan yung pang-unwind namin. Kaya lang since pandemic, hindi kami ngayon nakakalabas, nakakapunta sa beach. And of course, I was previously also an HR practitioner like you. I was working in one of the biggest BPO in the country. And although indirectly yung ano ko with HR because I handle the system, the management system that we have wherein doon naglalagay ng employee, doon namin ini-issuean ng IR and also yan po yung hawak ko. And those are my of course office mates, pero mas malaki pa yan. Yung section lang kasi namin yan na HR services eh. And of course, I decided to go full-time in life coaching way back in December of 2019. I am also, of course, previously I was certified in one of the institute, US Institute, and I also got certified now under Master Coach A, co-actively co-create life coaching. This is the one that we have. And yung nakikita niyong picture dyan, when I started my journey in life coaching, I also became an SNE for other, for radio stations and TV stations. So yan yung mga guestings na meron ako, kasama of course ang husband ko. And madami pa siya, but that's one of the things that I do. And of course, I am also the creator and founder of a Women's Epiphany coaching community. This is a community for women, especially for married women or those living in partnership and moms. Yung tipong may mga gusto pa kayong gawin sa buhay nyo at hindi nyo na alam kung ano pa yung mga pwedeng gawin. So, naghahanap kayo on how you can be better, on how you can do the purpose that you have in life, then join me in my community. All you have to do is find me in Facebook. That's a Women's Epiphany coaching community. Medyo nagkakaroon ako ng technical difficulties. Yeah, so what will you learn today? And today, of course, we will be talking about stress. So we will get to understand what stress is. And some of you may know that there are actually 2 kinds of stress. We have the distress and we also have the eustress. Ano nga ba si eustress? Ano nga ba yung distress? And we will also learn or get to learn the AAA approach. And we'll talk about the 3 building blocks of stress-reducing lifestyle. Ano ba yung lifestyle na yon para hindi tayo masyadong nai-stress? Baka naman kasi itong building blocks na to ay hindi na natin napagtutuunan ng pansin. But before that, I'll just pass on what we do as life coaches. What is life coaching? Kasi yung iba, most of you, when you hear the word life coaching, although you can share it on the chat box, is this the first time that you've heard about life coaching? Or ano nga ba yung life coaching para sa inyo kung na-encounter nyo na siya? So, life coaching is actually also a profession. It's coaching derives itself from a number of disciplines like, of course, sociology, psychology, career counseling, and numerous other types of emotional sciences. So somehow kamag-anak po namin si psychology and si sociology. Yan, kaya minsan napagkakamalan kaming counselors na nag-a-advise because it's a science that is related to these other social sciences. But where it strongly differs is that from this, we differ from these disciplines in the sense that we quest for results rather than gaining a deep understanding of the past. Ito yung ano namin, quest for results. So what we do is we focus on your now and what we can do moving forward instead of trying to work on your past. Kasi ang medyo difference lang namin with counseling is okay lang kahit ano yung emotion mo ngayon, kahit nasaktan ka, gaano man kasama yung nangyari, pwede pa din natin siyang baguhin. So ngayon tayo to your future. And as Dr. Joseph Yumidi said, coaches are change experts to help people take responsibility and act to maximize their potential. So what we do is we help you be responsible for your actions so that you can reach the life you want, you can reach your full potential. Coaching is also like having a personal trainer for every area of your life. So this is about you being able to have a personal trainer like Manny Pacquiao. Di ba pag si Manny Pacquiao may trainer siya, yung trainer niya, siya yung taga-sabi kung ano yung move, parang kino-coach siya si Manny Pacquiao on his moves, paano siya susuntok, kailan siya susuntok, pero hindi naman siya ang lumalaban sa ring. Kasi mas alam ni Manny Pacquiao kung paano lumaban. And in real life, we also act like that. We help you identify your blind spots, what are your stressors, and then we facilitate the process for you. But at the end of the day, it has to be your action because at the end of the day, you're the one who is responsible for your life and you know your life better than us. And coaching is a dialogue, not a monologue. So when we do coaching, mas madami ka dapat sinasabi kaysa sa amin. So because at the end of the day, we want you to express and really help you understand kung ano ba talaga yung mga pinagdadaanan mo. Ano ba yung emotion mo? Paano ba natin ipaprocess yung nararamdaman mo? So that's what we do as life coaches. And during the pandemic, we saw the rise or the emergence of a new role in society and business. So first there is the coach because at this time, alam natin kung gaano ka-stressful yung pag-transition natin from working in a physical office to transition to home work. And di ba dati ini-imagine lang natin na sana sa bahay tayo nag-work, no? Pero nung nangyari na sa bahay na tayo nag-work, some of us realize na mas stressful pala kasi parang dumoble yung workload natin. So the coach is now one of the new roles that arise because we are, madaming tao ngayon yung nangangailangan ng gabay on how to transition. We also have the consultants, lalo na sa change ng business ecology or business environment due to the pandemic. And teachers, pag-move from the physical to the online education. And of course, therapists, because we see the rise of anxiety and depression. And doctors, because of the virus that we are experiencing now. And entrepreneurs, lumabas yung madaming creatives who are now able to do their business online. And what we do as life coaches, of course, we offer present and future forward services. So, as I've said earlier, focus tayo kung anong meron ka and to your future. So, that's what we work on. And we don't deal with the past, but rather help the clients to focus on the future and become the best versions of themselves. So what we do is, we can talk about your past so that we will just have a backdrop of your past. And then after that, we focus more on what you want to do right now so that you can realize your dreams and be the best version of you. And of course, we do not describe a situation and prescribe. So hindi namin pwedeng sabihin pag nag-usap tayo, sasabihin, ay, may anxiety ka, ay, may depression ka. No, it's not. And we cannot prescribe a medicine for you. We don't even instruct na ganito dapat gawin mo, and we don't even give you advice. What we do is facilitate a process to guide the individual towards change and transformation. So taga-facilitate lang po kami ng process. So parang si HR, kung may system tayong sinusunod, we are just trying to facilitate the process and then work on it so that we can help our employees, our co-HR, our companies. So that's what we do as well. So let's go now to understanding stress. So let's look at stress. So what is stress to you? Anyone who would like to andyan pa ba kayo? Anyone who would like to share? I need a brave soul to share. 2 or 3 participants po to share. What is stress to you? Baka may iba kang explanation about stress at matuto din ka.
Coach Tin, according to Sir Gino Fernando, stress is psychologic response to obnoxious stimuli. While kay Sir Mauricio Miguel Madero, the merging of family and work life. Yan. Sa ating Facebook, anything unexpected? According to Sir, sana tama yung pronunciation ko sa pangalan niya, Tarandip Kaur. Yan. Do we have pa more, Ma'am Diane?
Ito meron pa kay Ma'am Let Chill Saldes. Stress is composed of emotional and physical tension. Yan. And sabi ni Miss Christine, stress for me, wait lang, nawala siya. Ayan, wait lang, nawala. Nasaan yung sinabi ni Miss Christine? Ito kay Sir Alexander, sabi niya, stress is feeling of being overwhelmed or unable to cope with mental or emotional pressure.
According to Ma'am Christine Katubig, stress for me is the difficulty in living a happy life.
Yan. Nawala sa screen ko si Miss Christine eh. Sorry.
Yan, Coach.
Yan, thank you so much for your sharing, di ba? Parang naging interested ako dun sa stress for you is not being able to live a happy life. Kasi may effect naman talaga si stress for you to not be able to have that happy life that you want. So, and yes, of course, stress is the feeling of being overwhelmed or unable to cope with mental or emotional pressures. Kasi nag-uumpisa naman talaga yan sa pakiramdam natin. Paano ba natin nasasabi na stressful siya? Ano nga ba yung stress para sa atin? So it will depend on how we respond to stress. So what is really stress? Hold on po, ha? Medyo naglalag ang aking laptop. Stop share lang ako saglit.
Yan ang isa pang nakaka-stress, Coach. Ang ating internet at minsan ang ating mga gadget.
Oo nga, di ba? Minsan, kung kailan kailangan mo siya ngayon, saka naman ayaw mag-ayos. Pero teka lang, ayusin ko lang saglit.
Anyway, Ma'am Diane, knowing stress is talagang part na ng ating buhay habang inaayos ni Coach ang kanyang slide. Knowing stress, talagang, ayan, may sumasagot. Stress talaga ang internet, di ba? Ang dami pang sagot. What is stress?
Gusto ko yung sinabi ni Sir Ryan Jacob. Stress for me is a challenge. But wait lang, nawawala si screen ko.
Yeah.
Yan.
That's
Stress
for
for
me,
me is a
Sis
challenge. Wait lang. Nawala yung
That's
sinabi ni
why,
Sir Ryan.
that's
Ayan,
why
that's why
I
I'm
am
strong.
strong.
Fight, fight, fight. Sabi nga nila, don't stress yourself. Do something. Positive lang. Bet ko yan.
Yan, ang dami kong bet ngayon na ang daming nakaka-relate sa no, sa stress. Pero mas bet ko
Definitely.
talaga yung yung sumagot kanina na nakakatulong si HR Calabarzon na mabawasan ng stress, 'di ba? Nakakatuwa to. Sigurado kong matutuwa ang lahat ng board ng HR Calabarzon.
Yes. Totoo yan. Nakakatawa naman, di ba, na nakakatulong tayo sa kanila to cope up with the stress, and somehow nakakapag-unwind din sila. And of course, syempre, meron tayong mga iba't ibang experiences to share, di ba?
Yes.
Ayan.
Kagaya niya, maraming i-explain sa atin si Coach. Sana hindi na magloko yung gadget ni Coach.
Oo nga eh. Ayan, okay. So, what is really stress? Stress is more of, tama nga yung sinabi kanina, na gusto ko talagang sagot niya, stress for me is a challenge. Challenge naman talaga sa stress. Kaya depende nga kung paano natin tinitingnan ang stress. So, Random House defines stress as a physical, mental, or emotional strain or tension, and a situation, occurrence, or factor causing this. So, lagi siyang kasama yung physical, yung mental, and emotional strain or tension. So, tatlo siya lagi na magkakasama. 3 factors that affects how we feel and why we consider it as stress. The word stress actually comes from a Latin word meaning distress. Yun talaga yung niya. Stress can be difficult to pin down because it is a very individual thing. So kanya-kanya tayo. Pwedeng yung something na stressful sa akin, hindi stressful sa iba. So for example, nakaka-stress ang public speaking. Feeling nyo lang, okay ako, no? Pero kanina, grabe talaga yung kaba ko bago sumabot sa harap niyo. Kasi hindi naman talaga ako sanay na nagsasalita sa harap ng madaming tao. Especially now, ang alam ko lang ay Zoom. Pero nagulat ako na naka-live pala to sa HR Calabarzon page. Kaya yun, that's one. It's kind of stressful for me. But it's also giving me a joy because I am able to share my knowledge to you about stress kasi dinaanan ko din yung mga pinagdadaanan niyo as an HR practitioner. So, since stress is different for everyone, your approach must also be personalized to stress. So, typically, ang interpretation natin with stress, it's always a negative thing. Pero hindi naman talaga necessarily na dapat negative lagi si stress. Because there is what we call eustress. So how can stress be a positive event? So tingin nyo, paano kaya nagiging positive ang stress? Anyone who could share some thoughts? 2 or 3 people. Pwede din po sa chat box. Press it out. Ano ba yung eustress? Is this your first time hearing about eustress? Or kung dati mo nang alam ang eustress, ano ba si eustress? Ano ba yung example ng eustress? Hello? Anyone?
Ma'am, according kay Sir Dennis Abon, ang stress normal kung gusto mo umasenso sa buhay, lalo na sa aming mga recruitment manpower, araw-araw stress.
Yes, it is. Yep. The stress level of recruitment is also different kasi you're trying to meet a number as well kasi inano niyo yung number of people who is able to work for the organization, diba? So, well, positive naman yung kung titingnan mo siya, no, stressful siya, pero positive siya because in a way, it will help you to succeed in life. How you approach work, how you deliver your service, gives you the leverage na nakikita ng boss mo na itong taong to, masipag to. So, an example of eustress is when you are able to di ba you transition from one position to another, na-promote ka, that is actually a positive stress or eustress. So may positive na naman talaga si stress. Hindi talaga siya negative lang. Depende nga talaga kung paano nga natin tinitingnan ang stress level. So, eustress means stress with a positive effect. It was coined by psychologist Richard Lazarus in 1974. So how can stress be positive, you ask? Think of the emotional strain caused by this positive event. So these are some of the examples of how stress becomes positive. So like winning a race, nanalo ka, pwedeng kung mahilig ka mag-marathon, di ba dito yung mga athletes, yung mga nagjo-join sa marathon, if you're winning, or whether it's an autocross, a motorcycle race, whatever it is, it's anything that when you are winning a race, that gives you a positive effect. So that is a eustress. Being a new parent, kung nanay ka, di ba pag na-stress ka na, shocks, manganganak na ako. Pero pag nanganak ka na, masaya na yung pakiramdam. It gives you joy. Iba yung nabibigay na joy ng bata. Riding a roller coaster. Yung mga mahilig mag-adventure dito, hindi natatakot sa... Kasi medyo takot ako sa roller coaster eh. So risky yun, but others enjoy the adrenaline rush that it gives. So that is a eustress. And yung iba, yung mga nanonood ng scary movie, yung gusto nila yung thrill ng yung 'di ba pag mga scary, yung suspense part, na it gives you also the adrenaline rush, kaya feeling mo okay lang yung stress na yun kasi at the end you are happy with the stress that you are encountering or you are experiencing. So what is the AAA approach to stress? Ano nga ba yun? So there are actually 3 main ways to approach stress, and it is important to remember that you always have a choice on how you respond to your stress or the stress level that you are encountering. So the AAA approach, we have, of course, alter the situation or your approach to it. It means changing something from the situation. Kung may na-experience kang stress, kung may na-experience kang stress, ano ba dapat yung ano mo, yung approach mo dito? Paano ka ba mag-respond? How can you really change it? Avoid the situation. So keep away from it. Paano mo ba siya iiwasan? Or accept the situation. You come to recognize it. Wala kang magagawa. Hindi mo siya pwedeng ma-change. Hindi mo siya pwedeng iwasan. So acceptance. So let's go into the first A. We have alter. So alter refers to either removing or lessening the source of stress by changing something. So do an inventory of things that you can change. Ano nga ba yung mga bagay na pwede mong gawin for you to be able to alter it? Example, communicate your feelings. Yung kanina, yung sinabi ni Sir, no? Yung nag-comment kanina na na-stress siya sa stupid co-HR. Pardon the term, naalala ko lang yung sinabing term kanina. So, communicate communicate your feelings openly. So, what you do is you remember to use So, what you do is you remember to use the I statements. And of course, yung I statements na yon, pag makikipag-usap ka, di ba, hindi yung ikaw, kasalanan mo kasi, parang sasabihin mo, I feel. So, expressing the emotions that you have for you to be able to alter it para may maging change. Kasi minsan, accept lang tayo ng accept, hindi natin sinasabi or bino-voice out. Second is manage your time better. So when you manage your time, ano ba yung mga work na dapat magkakasama? Like, pwedeng magkasama yung phone calls, yung errands, ano ba yung computer-related tasks. So parang kang may schedule on how you do it para mas na ma-maximize mo ang time mo. So that would somehow lessen the stress level you feel. And of course, state limits in advance. What do I mean by state limits in advance? It means instead of you parang naiinis ka sa kaopisina mo or katrabaho mo na andal-dal-dal-dal, tapos yung pinag-uusapan yung buhay niya, tapos nakwento niya na yun sa'yo at ikikwento niya ulit, pwede mo namang sabihin na, I'll just give you 5 minutes ha, may gagawin pa ako. So you are now setting a limit in advance. That would also minimize the stress level you feel. Kasi remember, who we talk to will also affect the energy level that we have. And kung negative yung nasagap mo, especially in the morning, it will also affect your energy flow when you are working. So the second A is avoid. It's believe it or not, pwede naman talaga nating iwasan si stress. So what you can do is you can plan ahead, rearrange your surroundings, or have a lighter load. And of course, you can do that by identify first your stressor. So take control of your surroundings. Ano nga ba yung mga nakakapag-stress sa akin dito? Nai-stress ba ako pag nakikita ko tong part na to na makalat? Lalo na kung working ka sa house at may mga anak kang nagkakalat, di ba? Nai-stress ka ba habang nag-work tapos nakikita mo yung kalat? So, ano ba yung pwede mong gawin? Maybe you can transfer to a different room para lang solo mo habang nag-work ka. So that's one, identifying the stressors that you have. And avoid people who bothers you. May coworker ka ba na mahilig mag-chat or pamaya-maya tumatawag sa'yo? Nagtatanong, kahit alam na yung trabaho, paulit-ulit pa din magtanong. Parang, ma'am, paano po ba gawin to? Sir, paano po ba gawin to? Pero naturuan mo na dati. Yung parang bigla na nagka-amnesia yata kung ano talaga yung task na dapat niyang gawin, di ba? Sino ba sa inyo naka-encounter na ng ganun? Oh, may ganun ako dati. And then, of course, learn to say no. It's always about you being able to just accept the responsibility and demands na kaya ng oras mo. Minsan kasi, ang Pinoy kasi minsan may ugali na accept lang ng accept, di ba? It's part of how hospitable we are. But at times, minsan kahit hindi na natin trabaho, we are still accepting it. We are covering for the person. Kaya lang hindi ka nakakapag-set ng boundary kasi hindi mo siya inaano na tinulungan mo lang siya on a particular time. Parang paulit-ulit na. So that's also one wherein you are able to pwede mong ma-avoid yung stress na yun by saying no. Learn to say no. And the third A, of course, is talk with someone. Our third A will help you deal with those things in life that just needs to be done. Kailangan gawin eh. Wala kang choice but to do it. So what you can do, of course, is first is talk with someone. Accept the situation as it is and be as positive as possible about it. And when you are able to talk to someone, it allows you to unburden. Yeah, you may not be able to change a frustrating situation, but being able to express your feelings allows you to accept na ito talaga yung sitwasyon at ano yung pwede mong gawin or pwede kang with speaking to someone, it will allow you na matulungan ka ng tao to be able to really come up na ito yung pwedeng gawin. So, unburden. Second is be as positive as possible. So, practice positive self-talk. At times, it's easy to lose objectivity when you're stressed. Pag stress ka na, di ba, automatic negative agad ang nararamdaman mo. Feeling mo, bakit ba ganito to? Bakit ang daming trabaho? Bakit ganyan yung yung response niya, bakit ang hirap ng empleyadong ito paintindihin, bakit ang hirap kausapin ng boss ko, sa lahat na negative, di ba? So take a look at it from a different perspective. So remember, one negative thought can lead to another. And soon, you will create a mental avalanche of negative emotions. Mas mafu-fuel yung galit mo. But being able to accept it, since hindi mo talaga siya mababago, hindi mo siya maiiwasan, right, being positive makes you accept na it is what it is and here's what I have to do for you to be able to really move forward. And finally, forgive. Tao ka lang naman, yes, it's okay that at times you are able to express yung nagalit ka, nainis ka kasi na-stress ka sa binigay sa yung task, na natambakan ka ng trabaho, that's part. And then after that, just shrug off and move on. Okay, forgive yourself. Nag-express lang ako. And then, since hindi mo talaga siya mababago, hindi mo din siya maiiwasan, accept it and work on it. So that's the 3 A's that we have on how you can respond to the stress that you are feeling. Tatlong A lang siya. Pwedeng, depende kasi siya sa sitwasyon kung alin ang gagamitin mong A. But of course, you can use the 3 A's to help you when you are faced with a situation that causes you stress. And this is stress not just only work related, it can also be a stress from home that contributes to how your productivity is with your work. So let's talk about the 3 building blocks of stress reducing lifestyle. So to begin, let's explore the foundation of a positive low stress lifestyle. This foundation is made up of 3 building blocks. We have the diet, sleep, and exercise. So no stress reduction program will be successful in the long term unless you have this solid foundation. Kahit anong program pa, kung ano ba may program kayo sa office that helps you handle stress, hindi din siya mag-work out if you are not able to have these 3 building blocks of stress reducing lifestyle. So first, of course, is eating properly, the diet part of the building block. For many people, meals have become an afterthought made up of fast food and frozen items in boxes. Yung mga instant, madali naman umorder. So order tayo ng Jollibee, order tayo ng McDo. So yes, it can satisfy the hunger that you're feeling, pero it will also affect the health, yung health mo. Most often, most adults know what they should eat, they just don't eat it. Alam naman natin kung anong mga dapat natin kainin, pero minsan ayaw talaga natin yon. So, while food is associated with many things, of course, it's part of our social life. So, di ba, families, we love to gather, we love to eat. With friends, we love to gather, we love to eat. So, because it's how we experience cultures, and let's be honest, food tastes good, lalo na pag mga something that satisfies our craving. And it also has a greater purpose that we often forget. Food contains energy that when broken down, gives ourselves energy to perform our everyday functions. So what you can do in the diet part or the foundation is, of course, this is a key in managing stress, because when you eat good food, nag-iiba din yung chemical balance sa loob ng katawan mo. So when you eat healthy, mas lighter ang feeling. It's also easier for you when you are being stressed. So when it comes to food, how you can change is, of course, set small goals. Kung dati hindi mo kayang kumain ng 1 cup of rice lang, pwede ka mag-transition. Kami dati ng husband ko, if you take a look at our picture, mauna naming picture, somehow, chubby kami pa, chubby ang husband ko eh. Chubby, medyo ano din ako nun. Nag-laptop ko, sorry. Chubby din ako nun. So, what we did is we started transitioning to eating healthy. So, nagbawas kami ng meat. Actually, we're not eating pork na. Matagal na. Yun yung una namin tinanggal, and we also nagbawas din kami ng salty and sweets. sweet foods kasi it also affects how your body. So yun yung mga, nag-set lang kami ng small goal. Parang for this week, ito muna. Pero may cheat day kami dati. Para lang ma-satisfy pa din yung craving. Kasi hindi nga madali mag-transition na bibitawan mo agad. Kaya that's why some diet does not work properly. Kasi ginagawa natin, bitaw agad. Di ba? Pag nag-decide kang mag-workout ako, tapos kakain ako ng healthy, ang ginagawa mo, bitaw agad sa lahat ng kinakain mo na mga gusto mo. Kaso, para kang magkakaroon yun ng withdrawal symptoms. So yung katawan mo, hahanapin pa din yun. So what you can do is really transition. So set small goals on, eto lang munang ile-let go ko, paunti-unti. Then of course, celebrate healthy choices. So kung halimbawa, for today, kung hindi ka mahilig uminom ng tubig, pero nakainom ka ng, let's say, ang consumption mo every day sa water is just like 3-4 glasses, pero naka 5 glasses ka ngayon, then celebrate it. Reward your body. It's one of the ways that you can easily transition to getting the right diet that you want. You could eat fruits and vegetables as well. Start eating healthy, so transition from it. So is there anyone who could share your healthy lifestyle tips when it comes to food? You can use our chat box to share, of course. May nakita ko dito, sa amin yung iba brown rice. Yes, we are also eating brown rice na kasi medyo lesser ang ang sweet. Kasi may sugar pa din ang rice. But brown rice medyo lower ang sugar level ng brown rice. So that's one. Thank you for sharing. Yep, continue sharing using our chat box or pwede din po kayong magsalita kung gusto niyo magsalita.
May sumagot po dito, I eat 1 cup of rice per day, but then I exercise 4 times a week, which helped me with my little goals.
Wow, buti pa siya nakapag-exercise.
Sana all may time.
Drink a lot of water daw, sabi ni Ma'am.
Yeah.
Drink a lot of water and exercise.
Yan. So, thank you for sharing. So, yun, part of the diet, of course, is water. So, if you are having difficulty, you're having difficulty drinking water, maybe you can set a limit, set a goal na everyday, like pagising mo, inom muna ako ng 250 ml. Madam, you can take a look at madaming hydration challenge online that you can follow to help you out. It takes about 14 days for you to be able to develop a habit and 21 days to really incorporate it in your routine. So you can start with that. So the second building block, of course, is exercising regularly. Kaya natuwa ako kanina yung nakakapag-exercise ng 4 times a week. Sir, paano po ba ginagawa yung 4 times a week? Pero ako kasi, well, dati I do Zumba sa bahay kasi hindi na nga nakakapag-gym. Dati kasi I do kickboxing. And after that, yung parang Zumba yung medyo mas madali-daling ipalit kasi wala kang kailangan na equipment. So, exercising regularly is also one way of taking care of our bodies and also help us when it comes to stress reduction. Because, of course, exercise makes you resilient to stress. It makes you stronger. So na mas nagiging resilient ka sa stress. Di ba pag light yung pakiramdam mo and nakakapag-exercise ka, you feel lighter. Pag may stressful situation, mas madali kang mag-adjust sa stressful situation. And it also reduces the stress because may outlet ka. Like ako dati nung working pa ako, and na-stress ako sa office. After office, what I do is, I do workout. Syempre, masarap yung kickboxing kasi na you're punching and doing kicks. Pag inis ka ng araw na yun, nainis ako sa boss. Ang hirap kausap, yan, doon, binabalin ko sa punching bag yung stress level ko. So, nawawala ngayon yung stress mo at nakakapag-isip ka ng maayos. At nakikita mo na, hindi naman talaga, ito lang kasi yung demand ng work. Kaya, ganun yung request sa'yo. So, you're able to see a brighter side when you're able to reduce your stress. And of course, stress clears your mind. Nakakapag-isip ka ng mabuti. Mas nagiging creative ka actually when your mind is clear. When it is also easier to focus when you are stressed, when you are doing exercise, and it helps you think it through. So exercise, of course, can also give you time alone to think through stressful situation. So habang nagjo-jogging ka, nag-iisip ka, ano bang pwede kong gawin? Bakit ganito yung naging sitwasyon? Ba't ako naiinis sa taong to? Ano ba, bakit ako na-stress dito? So nakakapag-isip ka. And of course, it depends on you kung paano mo uumpisa ng exercise. It might be possible that you can do 30 minutes per day or maybe 3 to 5 1-hour sessions per week. It's possible. Or kung ikaw talaga ay hindi kayang nag-workout, I encountered one video sa YouTube. You can check it out. It's like just walking in place, pero nagmo-move ang body mo. It's also a great way for you to exercise. So, habang may kausap ka sa phone or habang nasa meeting ka tapos hindi ka naman taga kailangan doon, pero kailangan mong mag-join, then maybe you can do exercise while listening. So, madaming paraan to really be able to do it. So it's possible na even if you're working at home, you can take a walk at lunch, or for those who are going out at kaya namang i-bike, then maybe you can bike or walk kung malapit lang. Kung building naman siya, if it's possible for you to take the stairs instead of the elevator, pwedeng 2 floors mag-i-stair ako bago ako mag-elevator. So that's one way also of exercising kung ikaw talaga hindi nag-gym. And of course, while watching movies, watching television, you can also do quick exercises. Pwede kang nagpa-planks or nag-stretches. Like, I do that as well noon. Pag nanonood ako pag medyo hindi na interesting yung portion, I do crunches habang nakaupo. Or kahit nakahiga, I do crunches to maximize the time that I have. And of course, sleep. So sleeping well. This is the last building block of a healthy lifestyle. And we know it is one more thing that you may not have time for. Ano ba ang tulog? Baka dito yung iba hindi na talaga natutulog, no? Kasi, or ilang oras na lang yung tulog. So, we know it is one more thing that you may not have time for. And trust us, you don't have time not to sleep. Kailangan talaga natutulog pa din tayo. And how can you do that is, well, 43% of adults says that a good night's sleep is equivalent to like 7 hours of sleep. Pero sometimes, hindi na talaga tayo nakakatulog ng ganun kahaba, di ba? But what you can do to really be able to sleep well is use your bed for sleeping. Huwag mo siyang gamitin na doon ka nag-work or at times doon ka kumakain kasi tempting, lalo na pag ganito yung weather na maulan and may work ka pa. Minsan natitempt ka na dalhin yung laptop. Since laptop siya, movable, portable, nadadala mo siya, pwede mo siyang dalhin sa room, so doon ka magtatrabaho. Then don't, because you are changing the ambience of the room. So pag nasanay kang ganun, it will be hard for you to sleep. Kasi na-realize ng body mo na it's also a part of a workspace. And use it as a comfortable place. Dapat comfortable yung higaan mo, hindi yung madaming clutters. Baka mas madami ng unan kesa sa space na pwede mong tulugan. So that will also cause you not to be able to sleep well. And have a routine. You have to sleep same time each day. Kailangan mo siyang gawin na at that exact time matutulog ka para natitrain mo yung body mo, natitrain mo yung brain mo na, hey, it's sleep time. And of course, have that routine before you go to bed. So maybe it's time for you to drink something like, di ba yung iba umiinom ng chamomile tea kasi nagpapa-calm siya ng emotions mo, nagpapa-calm siya ng mind mo pag umiinom ka nun. So yung iba umiinom ng chamomile, and yun yung isa. Or yung iba naman 30 minutes before going to bed, what they do is they do meditation or they pray. Pwedeng nagpe-pray sila, or at times then yung iba they do some stretches or a warm bath for them to be able to to go back to be able to sleep well. So that's one of the routines that they have when they for them to be able to sleep well. So it's the building blocks that we have for our stress. So that's one of the things. So ang una, ito, just to do a recap, ang una natin gagawin is the 3 tips that you can do when you are encountering stress is, of course, you can either alter the situation, avoid the situation, or accept the situation. And you have to develop these building blocks. Kailangan mo siyang, kailangan mong ng diet, ng exercise, ng sleep, because it will really help you on how you are able to manage the stress level that you are feeling. And if you are interested, Life Coach Philippines, of course, we are advocates of mental health. That's why our mental health also, our stress talk is also anchored on mental health. We have these programs that we offer. We have the art of mentally healthy conversation at the workplace. So let's raise employees' awareness on mental health, develop mentally healthy and meaningful conversations, and help individuals identify with mental health through real-life examples. So that's one of the programs that we offer. We also have the 5-step process to improve mental health at the workplace. Pag naririnig kasi natin ang mental health, ang automatic nating naiisip ay depression, may topak ba siya, nababaliw na ba siya? Hindi po yun. Mental health is really more on the way that you think, the way that you feel, the way that you act. Paano ka ba pag when you are encountering a difficult situation? So this 5-step process to improve your mental health at the workplace will provide a deeper understanding on mental wellness, understand common stress and anxiety triggers, mas deeper po to dito sa discussion natin. And of course, what strategies to that can improve your mental health at place of work. Ano nga, paano ba natin may improve yun pag nasa work tayo? Because at times, the work that we are doing is also causing us the stress that we are feeling. And introduction to mind coaching model. So what this will do is it will help you recognize early warning signs of mental ill health. Di ba minsan meron tayong mga ka-opisina or mga employees na na-hire na ang galing-galing sa una, ang ganda ng performance, but later on, nag-deteriorate yung performance. At hindi natin, nakailang PIP na, nakailang coaching na, pinatawag na ng boss, nag-triad na, pero hindi pa din. At sometimes, hindi natin ma-let go. Kasi nagpe-perform naman, pero nagde-default ulit na nawawala sa performance. Magsa-cycle ulit. So, paano natin siya tutulungan? Or paano natin ma-determine na may mental health issue na pala yung ka-office mate natin or yung empleyado natin? And of course, the mind coaching model will also empower individuals to access support when and as needed. So, this will allow them to seek help. Empower them na lumapit, magpatulong. Ito, kasi kanina narinig ko, the last time that we talk about is, why do employees fail to ask for help? So, intindihin natin, ano nga bang nangyayari sa isang empleyado at ayaw niyang lumapit para magpatulong? So, this mind coaching model will help a lot of employees, a lot of managers, a lot of executives out there to really understand what is going on in the minds of their employees. And of course, we use the mind coaching model to nurture a mentally fit work environment. Paano ba natin magagawin mentally fit ang isang working environment? Because when you are mentally fit, you are able to give the best quality of work that you can give. Kasi wala kang masyadong iniisip. There is stress, pero kaya mong i-handle yung stress level na yun. And this package is, of course, it's the standard rate of our packages is 25,000 for 2-hour trainings, but we are offering it at a special rate of 10,000 pesos. And this is good for 30 employees. But if you have more than 30, well, maybe we can talk. Just connect with us. You can message us at 0917. This is my husband's number, but my number is 0917-806-4200. Or you can also reach out to Life Coach Philippines and message us there. And before, of course, I end, you can take a look at this if you want a one-on-one coaching session. this is our complimentary offer. So wala kayong babayaran. If you think you need someone to talk to and help you out, just access the AAA approach toolkit and message me for help. So you can take I will just send the link to the HR Calabarzon team. You can ask them later. So thank you so much, and we are now down to our Q&A.
Yes, question and answer na po tayo. May mga question po ba tayo na pwede nating itanong sa ating coach this afternoon, knowing na binigyan niya tayo ng mga tips, ng mga things to do para maka-cope up sa stress, lalo na ngayong panahon ng pandemic. The floor is open po. Pwede po tayong mag-unmute. Yan. Diba, Ma'am Diane, how about you? Ano ba yung pinagdaanan mo? Knowing na this pandemic na nga nakaraan, di ba?
Pandemic.
Anong feeling ng stress na stress ka na sa work, stress ka pa, kasi ang hirap kaya mga anak ngayon, lalo na nung last year. Last year ka na anak, di ba?
Yes, last year, June of 2020.
2020,
Actually,
kasagsagan ng pandemic.
Kasagsagan ng pandemic. Nakakatakot kasi syempre sa hospital ka, di ba? Syempre mga anak. Pero buti na lang yung OB ko, nirefer ako dun sa maternity hospital wherein puro mga nanganganak lang talaga yung nandoon. So nakakatakot din syempre na yun nga, na ilabas yung baby. Then nakakalungkot din syempre, gusto ko mapa-experience kay baby yung ganda ng ating mga lugar, lalo na dito sa Philippines, di ba? Hindi kami makapag-beach or makapag-staycation because bawal nga. Nakakatakot rin due to pandemic. Yun nga yung sinabi ni Ma'am kanina, ni Coach Tin, yung stress of new parent. Oo, lalo na nagkaroon talaga ako rin ng postpartum before. And nakakatuwa rin kasi how I overcome my postpartum is, yun nga, sa co-HR ko din, sa PHRG, sa Inspire HR, yung mga kasama ko sa Philippine HR group, yan, nakakausap ko sila every now and then. They help me to cope up, and of course my friends, my family, and of course my husband din. Kung
Ayan, yan ang isa sa stress.
Natin yan, no?
Robot si Ma'am Diane. Yan ang actually
stress siguro
ng
baka nagkaroon din ako ng psychological problem. Sobra.
Yes, hindi ko siya ma-mute. Okay. Ayan, na-frozen na si Ma'am Diane. Dumiretso na. Yun nga, Ma'am Coach Tin, nahihirapan tuloy ako. Ma'am Coach Tin, knowing na lahat tayo, ang dami nating pinagdadaanan. Kagaya po nung sinabi nyo kanina na meron tayong mga dapat i-avoid. Pero paano nga po ba ma-avoid kung there were times na kahit na anong avoid mo, dumarating pa rin talaga yung oras na yung stress mo talagang nandyan, lalo na kung kasama mo sa trabaho. Ina-avoid mo na siya eh. O di ba ako na yung nag-question? Kasi parang wala tayong masyadong question.
Parang ayaw nila mag-question, no? Pero feeling ko, just utilize our chat box. Coaches will be able to help you out as well. I have my mga kasama kong coaches din joining us this afternoon. So, yung stress kasi really is on how we respond to it. Kaya tayo na-stress. Kaya di ba yung tanong ko kanina, ano nga ba talaga yung stress sa'yo? Kasi pwedeng yung stress sa akin, hindi nakaka-stress sa'yo. Or yung stress na sinasabi mo, hindi din nakaka-stress sa akin. So, how are we really responding to the stress that we are encountering? Kung isa siyang sitwasyon, halimbawa, yung colleague mo na iniiwasan mo na, pero dumadating pa din sa point na may stress ka. Well, it's very it will really be stressful kasi since colleague mo siya at hindi mo naman siya pwedeng tanggalin or wala kang say para tanggalin siya, di ba? The only thing that you can do is avoid. But remember, it's an organization. And kahit sabihin mong madami kayo dyan, nalipat na siya ng ibang department. But there will always be times that makakasalubong mo at makakausap at makakatrabaho mo pa din yung taong yon. So, it will really depend now on how, isipin mo, tanungin mo sarili mo, bakit ba talaga ako nai-stress sa kanya? Ano ba yung mga sinasabi niya na natitrigger ako? So, balik ka, identify your stressor. Ano nga ba yung nakakapag-stress sa'yo doon sa katrabaho mo? Di ba yung kanina, I will just use it as an example, my stupid co-HR. So, ano ba yung description sa'yo ng stupid? Paano mo ba nasabing stupid siya? So, since na-associate mo na stupid yung ka-opisina mo or katrabaho mo, nai-stress ka ngayon din. Tingnan mo, ano ba yung nag-cause na masabi mong stupid yung katrabaho mo? Maybe if you can change the word to describe the person, magbabago din yung the way you look at the person na stressful. It will really depend on how the words that you use and how you see the person and how you describe the person.
Yun, Ma'am Dayan, isa pala. Yan, bumalik na si Ma'am Dayan. Ma'am Dayan, kinat ka namin kanina, nag-mute ka, tas nag-ano ka na.
Nawala yung connection ko.
Diba? Isang stressor yan.
Yes.
Coach, paano natin mawawala yung stress na yan pagdating sa internet? Parang mahirap yata yun. Di ba? Every one of us, lalo na ngayong new normal, talagang sumasalubong tayo sa stress ng internet. Pero, balik ako doon sa paliwanag ni Coach. Coach, thank you. O, di ba? Ibig sabihin, may pinagdadaanan pala ako. O, di ba? May pinagdadaanan din po ako. HR din po ako. Tao rin po ako. Charot. Ibig sabihin, hindi sa lahat ng bagay, magandang pangtanggal ng stress is yung thinking din natin sa taong nagbibigay sa atin ng stress as per Coach Tin. Ano masabi mo doon, Ma'am Dayan?
Yes, oo yun. Totoo yun. Kasi ako minsan nung nasa corporate world pa ako, kasi ngayon, di ba, I have my own small business na. Nung nasa corporate world ako, talaga, relate din ako dyan. Yung katulad ng sinasabi nung mga nasa comment section natin kanina, stress din yung napaka-negative mag-isip ng mga kasama mo, lahat ng mga ka-coworker mo, napaka-negative. So, parang nakaka-stress. To the point na minsan nag-iisip ka na lang, ano ba, tutuloy pa ba ako dito or hindi? So what I've been doing is yun nga, nakakatuwa kasi meron tayong mga group, organization na nakakapag-share din ako ng mga experience.
Nawala ulit si Ma'am Dayan.
And then, nakakatuwa kasi yung ako, paano ko nilalabanan yung
Yes, Ma'am Dayan, nawala ka. Ma'am, may question tayo. In your opinion po, paano po kung may napapansin kang employee na stress, pero ayaw mag-approach or ayaw mapa-approach? Ano po ang pwede po gawin o pwede ko po bang gawin or tulungan? Ano po ang pwede kong gawin o pwede kung paano ko siya mai-approach para matulungan?
Ano kasi yan eh, sabi mo yung ka-opisina mo, napapansin mo lang na stress. Ang tanong ko sa'yo, stress ba talaga? Kasi baka naman pakiramdam mo stress siya, pero yung co-employee mo, hindi talaga siya stress. It might be na may iba siyang iniisip at nung time na nakita mo siya, pwedeng nakakunot ang noo, nag-iisip lang siya, pero hindi talaga siya stress. Pero pwede naman, siguro naman wala namang tao na nai-stress at ayaw makipag-usap, di ba? Then, minsan kasi pag lumalapit tayo sa iba, sinasabi natin, uy, stress ka. Eh, naging judgmental tayo nun. What you can do is maybe ask the person, hey, is there anything that I can do to help you? Do you need any help? Baka naman changing it to the way that we talk to the person, we allow the person to feel na it's a safe space for him or her to express and really ask for help. So, paano mo ngayon, kung nakikita mo na, sige, assumption natin, feeling mo stressful, nai-stress lagi yung ka-opisina mo pero ayaw magpatulong. Maybe what you really can do is ask the person, is there anything that I can help you with? At least alam niya na you are open to you are opening the space for that person to express and really say na gusto ko pong magpatulong.
Pero coach, there were times talaga na may mga employee or even tayo, may time tayo na nahihiya tayo na magsabi na stress tayo. May time tayo na hindi natin kayang sabihin sa co-worker or even with our boss na na-stress tayo sa kanya. Lalo na ako, baka yung mga staff ko stress na sa akin. Kaya minsan sinasabi nila sa akin, ma'am, mag-work from home ka na lang. Kasi siguro na-stress sila sa akin, dami ko kasi inuutos. Di ba? May mga ganun po. Paano po natin sila mas magagawang open? Ano po yung mga tips or tips na pwede niyong bigay sa mga HRs or sa mga HR leaders, sa mga business owners, how their staff or their team to approach them na sila na nagiging source ng stress ng bawat isa?
It will really be dependent on the perspective ng tao na nakaka-experience ng stress. And yes, you are stressed kasi syempre if you are heading an organization, let's say team, kahit sabihin mong small team yan, there will be different stresses kasi may kanya-kanyang stress level din yung mga tao mo. And how you really look at it, this is where how life coaching really helps when it comes to managing your people. Yung may kwento kasi ako dyan eh. When I started life coaching, ano din ako eh, very naka-micromanage ako sa team. Kasi gusto ko, yung quality ng work ko, dapat quality ng work din nila. However, I forgot that each of us has our own capacities, our own limitations. So when I started life coaching, na-realize ko na I have to allow for that space where I can trust my people. So slowly, nag-succession plan ako na I allow them to do and empower them. So I ask questions. Halimbawa, nahihirapan yung ka-opisina ko, stressful siya. So, tatanungin ko lang, what is the stress that you are encountering? Kasi baka perspective niya lang, kaya siya nai-stress. So, helping the other person see kung ano yung ibang perspective allows also for that person to be resourceful. Na ayaw nga pala, ito lang pala kasi yung tingin ko. So, I opened the space, a safe space where they can really express, they can really share for them to be able. And that's how life coaching helps. Kasi nga, hindi madali na magpa-open ng isang tao na sabihin mo na directly. And also life coaching allows me to receive feedback. Kasi dati, syempre, leader ka din eh. Mas alam mo yung ginagawa mo, mas alam mo yung pasikot-sikot. Kung may sinabi yung employee mo, parang, wait lang, ako pa din yung boss. Yung sa part mo, on the deeper aspect, para ka lang, ano yung sinasabi nito, mas alam ko to. But it allows you to create that space na they can share, and then you can use their sharing for them to empower them para they are able to perform based on ma-maximize nila yung output na meron sila, yung productivity nila na hindi ka na din nai-stress. So that's one of the things that I did. Yes? Anyone who would like to share? Maybe we can do a sample para mas ano.
Yan, baka merong pwedeng mag-open up. Meron kayong malakas ng loob? Honestly, yung question ko last, ma'am coach, parang question din siya ng isa sa mga employees na ano po ba ang pwede kong gawin? Since, ano po ba ang pwede nyong i-advise? Yun nga ba, ano ba exact word niya? Ano po ang pwede nyong i-advise sa tulad namin mga support staff na stress sa workload na para sana sa mga bosses na work pero binibigay sa amin? Actually, may sagot ako dito sa question na to. Being a boss, actually, we are not giving stress to our staff. We are giving them to know and paano ba ang tama? To know at hindi stress yung binibigay namin eh. Kailangan kasi matutunan nila paano mag-isip, paano gumawa, knowing na hindi porket ikaw yung manager, wala ka nang gagawin. It's just the time na ang trabaho ng manager is to assist your staff on how to do this. Kasi lahat naman tayo, aminin natin yan, di ba Ma'am Dayan?
Yes.
Lahat tayo nag-start as clerk, staff, assistant, bago tayo naging officer, bago tayo naging supervisor, bago tayo naging assistant manager and manager.
Yes.
Meron pa nga mga dati, kagaya nung last week topic, may mga boss na ikaw gumawa, sila nag-credit. Palpak ginawa mo, kasalanan mo. May mga ganon. So, knowing na syempre pinagdaanan mo as a manager, alam mo ngayon paano mo sasabihin na, ay sir, hindi ako ang gumawa niyan, yung team ko. Ay sir, ako yung nagkamali niyan kasi syempre ako yung manager eh. Kasalanan ko because hindi ko na-supervise ng ayos yung team ko. Yun yung sagot ko kay Ma'am sa nag-question. How about you, Coach? Meron po ba kayong ibang pwedeng isagot sa kanya?
Sige, I would just wanna correct, no? As a coach, we really do not give advices. What we do is ask questions. So, ibabalik ko lang, sabi niya kasi, we are support staff na nai-stress kami sa workload na para sana sa mga bosses namin na work, pero binigay sa amin. Ang tanong ko doon is, ano ba yung description mo ng work para masabi mo na boss dapat ang gumagawa nun at hindi support staff? So, paano mo siya tinitingnan? And if you are a boss and you gave a work to your employee to empower them na parang to make decisions as a boss, di ba mas masarap sa pakiramdam yun kasi my boss trusts me.
Yes.
Di ba? Parang, ibig sabihin, it's also an avenue for you to prove yourself and you can get promoted later on. So,
Yes.
kung titingnan mo siya as stress, mai-stress ka din lalo talaga. Pero kung titingnan mo siya in a positive way na you are learning something with that workload given to you, and it's an opportunity for you to prove your capability so that you can be a boss someday, hindi na siya magiging stressful actually. Iba yung tingin mo. So, ang tanong doon, ano nga ba sa'yo yung trabaho na sa tingin pang boss at hindi pang boss?
Tama si Coach doon. Sa pool.
Definitely.
Sa pool. Sabi nga natin sa Philippine HR Group, correct si Mamsh. Ayan.
At saka maganda rin yung sinasabi ni Coach na yun nga, empowerment. Kasi ngayon with our workload or sa office, no, we are practicing empowerment. Hindi lang sinabi, kasi staff lang ako, admin lang ako. Kami sa team ko, ayoko na nung naririnig ng ganun, admin lang ako staff lang ako, ayoko ng ganun. Kumbaga ako, sa team ko, personally I want them to share their knowledge kasi alam ko may matututunan rin ako lalo na sa mga fresh grad, sa mga bagong paso. They have new idea, fresh idea. So, kung magkamali kami as a team, di ba? Kapag nag-success kami, we will success as a team. So, ganun ako mag-handle ng tao. Siyempre, we're not perfect pa rin naman because siyempre, tao lang naman tayo, di ba? Tao pa rin tayo, nagkakamali. But then, learning is very powerful, di ba? So yeah, at saka yun nga, sa mga staff, sa mga admin na sinasabi nilang ganyan, ang dami-dami kong work, papalit-palit ng forms. Kanina may nabasa ko sa comment, yung accounting namin, papalit-palit ng forms, nakaka-stress, nakakalito tuloy yung mga reports. So siguro dun sa part ng accounting, sa ibang department, they think of it as they will improve. Diba? Kumbaga continuous improvement, kaya siguro sila nagpapalit-palit ng forms. Nakita nila yung old forms is hindi na pala working, diba? So ngayon parang papalit tayo ng bagong forms kasi ito yung parang mas nag-innovate tayo, para mas detailed yung reporting, ganun. Though nakakainis kasi syempre nakakainis pa rin minsan pagka nagkakaroon ng change every now and then. Pero syempre let's adopt to it. Doon tayo natututo eh. Yun.
True. Talagang lahat ng bagay ay maraming natututunan. This afternoon, Ma'am Dayan, Coach Tin, ano po ang pwede nyong ibigay na tips? Wait. Someone is nagtaas ng kamay. Si life coach paano po ba i-pronounce?
Life coach Sean.
Sean De Joya. Meron po yata siyang sasabihin. Yes, coach?
Hindi siya makapag-unmute eh. Your operator needs to unmute.
Yan.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes po.
Yes,
Narinig
coach.
po.
So I just want to add yung kanina, no, you talk about stress in the workplace, especially on a leadership perspective. For everyone, I've been in the corporate world for 14 years, no, in the contact center industry. So most of my career in the leadership role before I left there, I'm in workforce management. And the learnings that I've seen as far as leadership is concerned, if you want to be able to have your people really express themselves, it really starts with the leader. If you my experience anyway, when I got certified as a life coach 3 years ago, one of the things I start changing is the conversation with the individual. Because if the individual, feels that you are listening, you're not just there to respond or to give them advice or to tell them to do this A, B, and C, and they feel that they're being empowered to what Coach Tin is saying, they would be likely more comfortable expressing themselves, expressing their needs, expressing their desires, expressing their problems, and so on. And the leaders would be able to listen so that they can support. But of course, it's only to a much extent, because at the end of the day, the individual need to be empowered to make their own decisions. But coaching, I tell you, the way that coaching work on a leadership perspective really just changes the way the individual sees life or perspective, because when you're asking them powerful questions and they're able to think for themselves, it makes it more less stress for the leaders as well, and also for the individual, because they're able to make decisions on themselves, and you're able to give them the support that they need because they're able to verbalize it. I just want to add that because that's something that's really a challenge right now, and you're able to observe that as well for frontline staff. But if the frontline staff really feels that they're being heard, they're being listened to, I tell you, it just changes the conversation. So if that is something that you guys want to talk to in detail, we can have a separate conversation there. But that is something that can happen, that the person can be empowered, they can make their own decisions.
Nakakalimutan ko, nagsasalita ako, lagi ako nakamute. Ay, nakakalimutan. Tama si Coach doon. It's really good na nagkaroon tayo ng isang ganito, having the life coach na meron tayo with Ma'am PB. Si Ma'am PB nandito yata kanina. Yes, Ma'am PB. Actually, I've seen one of the mentor we are looking for since last year. Si Ma'am Maureen, nakita ko rin siya rito kanina. Ewan ko nandito pa ba si Ma'am Maureen. Ayan, nag-hi si Ma'am PB. I am very, very grateful na napagbigyan kami ni Ma'am PB through Coach Tin na may paliwanag sa amin ano nga ba ang stress. Karugtong ng ating webinar last week tungkol sa mental health. Why employees do not ask for help? Kasi honestly, ma'am, ito yung isang reason. Bakit nga ba hindi nagkakaroon ng pagkakataon ang isang empleyado or staff na humingi ng tulong sa ating mga HR? Because of stress.
Yes. And Miss Neddy, may question pala dito from our Facebook Live.
Ay, sige, ma'am.
Speaking of HR, ito about sa HR yung tanong niya. How to handle din yung HR head na hindi kayang mag-depend or mag-justify kung paano proper hiring ng tao, and na hindi naman kasama sa plantilla at wala naman fixed reason or programa para mag-hire ng assistant dahil utos lang ng VP. Naku.
Parang natawa ako doon.
May mga nakaka-relate yan dito.
Actually, sabi nga ni Ma'am kanina, ni Coach Tin kanina, we really don't give advice. We ask question for your question. Meron ba dito mga ka-HR na kayang sumagot sa question ni Ma'am? Maaari po bang magtaas ng kamay? Kasi baka mamaya, bias yung sagot ko eh. Yes, do we have? How about, is it possible that Dr. Elton can answer that since Dr. Elton is one of the business owner? Pwede po kaya, Doc? Teka, yan.
And so, kung sino pa dito pwedeng sumagot? So, ano ba?
How
Sige.
about you, ma'am? Ma'am Dayan, anong
Oo,
masasabi mo?
Actually, ano din relate din ako dito kasi minsan, may part din, di ba naalala mo dati yung sa about recruitment yung topic, I asked also Miss Mitch regarding this question, no? Regarding dyan sa plantilla niya. Kasi sometimes the business owners or the owners of the company, sometimes they just hire and hire lang. Na, anong maisip nila, they just hired lang, di ba? Ayun po, ano ba? Yun, proper communication and meeting with regards to the yun nga, yung manpower request. Kasi syempre, when you hire someone, medyo expense rin kasi siya. I mean, expense for the recruitment, for the process of training, etc. So yun, siguro kailangan lang din natin pag-aralan mabuti kung ano ba yung talagang i-hire natin na person. And baka naman talagang kailangan sa organization, kaya nagpapahire ng biglaan. Yun. So, sino pang pwedeng sumagot dito sa ating mga co-HR? Regarding sa hiring and recruitment.
Ma'am, Coach Tin, do you have any advice or pwedeng isagot? Knowing na syempre nakasama ka naman namin sa HR way back, sabi nyo nga ma'am, hindi na natin tatanong kung kailan, baka kasi mahalata yung age. Di ba? Kasi kanina may nagsabi na stress siya sa age. O baka biglang ma-stress si coach pag tinanong sa age. Ano po yung masasabi niyo dito sa question ng ating ka-HR sa Facebook?
Ang tanong kasi doon, who is the one in charge of hiring or recruitment? Kasi if kahit naman utos siya ng VP, dapat dadaan pa rin sa process, di ba? Paano siya napunta doon sa specific area na sa pagkakaintindi ko, sabi niya, hindi kayang mag-depend or mag-justify kung paano ang proper hiring. So, in the first place, who hired that person to hire other person kung hindi niya pala kayang mag-depend. And di ba when you are requesting for an additional personnel, halimbawa ako, hindi na kaya ng team ko, magre-request ako sa boss ko, may process tayong sinusunod. And ito yung requirements. So, paano hindi na-meet? Kasi kahit utos yan ng VP, there would always be a space for you to be able to express na ito yung process, ito din, ano ba yung requirements? Kasi malamang may requirements din si VP kung ano yun. So, paano sila napunta sa ganung situation? And what did, may leader yan, syempre, when it comes to the recruitment. Kasi, di ba, somehow separate naman si yung human resource talaga yung ginagawa natin, separate kayo recruitment, although part sila ng HR umbrella. So, there's always a process, and what is the process? What has been agreed upon para makarating sila dito sa space na to na they just assume na dahil utos lang ng VP kaya sinusunod. So, who has the voice to really be able to speak?
Tama naman si ma'am doon. Kahit na utos ng presidente pa yan, o ng may-ari pa naman yan, o ng COE pa man yan, COO pa man yan. Still, as an HR, trabaho natin, nalagyan natin ng proseso at ng mga dokumento. Anyway, ma'am, last na lang po, ano pong mga tips ang pwede nyong ibigay sa amin? Knowing na nagbigay na kayo ng mga konti pang tips, programs, sa aming mga HR, mga ka-HR dyan sa Cavite, Laguna, Batangas, Rizal, and Quezon, ano po ang mga programs na pwede nyong maibigay sa amin o mga pwede naming gawin para ang aming mga employee ay una, lumapit, pangalawa, mabawasan ang stress. Lumapit, humingi ng tulong. Do you have any programs na you could possibly give advice as mga ka-HRs?
Well, you can check out our page, Life Coach Philippines. We have a lot of programs that we can offer you na directed or aligned kung ano yung gusto ng specific organization. But if you need help, you can support you can follow our page, Life Coach Philippines. We have a lot of talks that will allow the person to really see him or herself para mag-start din siyang mag-develop to express. So madami kaming topics online. We have a lot of videos that you can watch to really create that that courage for you to speak up. And then tips in the workplace, of course, is let's start with ourselves. What prevents you from speaking? What prevents you from expressing? Kasi kahit naman mag-create tayo ng space, if the person really does not want to speak up, hindi din natin siya matutulungan. So it has to start with yourself. Ikaw muna. Pag kaya mo nang magsalita, pag kaya mo nang mag-express, everything will just follow. And everyone will be able to ask for help. Kasi ang susunod dyan, kung nakakapag-express yung tao, doon mo makikita kung kaya ba talaga ng let's say, ng team to allow for that space na makakapag-express. Halimbawa, nag-express ako, tapos na-feel ko na hindi. Then, makikita mo kung ano yung adjustments na kailangan gawin para makapag-create ng space na yon that they are able to really say the things that they want and you are able to give feedback as well. Yun ang pinaka-effective na tip that I can give. It will have to start with you.
Lagi ko nakakalimutan ang sarili ko, nakamute. Yun, talagang ang mag-uumpisa ang lahat. Sabi nga nila, ang stress ay nag-uumpisa sa atin. Para mawala din ang stress, mag-uumpisa rin yun sa atin. Diba? Nai-stress din ako doon sa cute na pusa ni ma'am sa likod niya. Ma'am, akin na lang. O, diba? Ma'am Dayan, how about you? Ano yung pinaka-last word na pwede mong mabigay sa ating mga ka-HR this afternoon?
Yes, sabi nga ni Coach Tin kanina, no, yung natutunan ko rin dito sa ating learning session for today. Yes, stress can be negative and can be positive with us. And siguro, tignan na lang din natin yung positive things na nadudulot sa atin ng mga stress. Kasi sometimes, di ba, problems and stress can be talagang sobrang iba, negative impact yung nakukuha sa atin. Pero kapag nilagay mo siya sa positive side, ay, natutunan ko na itong ganito, yung mga natututunan akong bago, new life challenges. Ayun, let's be positive on it. And of course, let's always pray and ask the blessings for our Lord, di ba? Para din sa guidance natin. Yun lang. Yun.
O, di ba? How about kaya yung mga iba nating life coach, ma'am? Nakasama natin this afternoon. Ano po kaya ang magandang pwede nilang words na iwan sa ating mga ka-HR this afternoon? Di ba? Ating i-unmute lahat yung ating life coach this afternoon.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello
ma'am.
everyone. Thank you for doing this para sa mga HR tsaka sa mga ibang attendees. So, maganda yung na-share nila and ang nagustuhan ko dito is na-open yung mind ng mga tao na may ganito pala and nakakapag-express sila. So, yung mga nag-express, congratulations. Kasi nga, yun, live tayo sa Facebook pero nakapag-express pa rin kayo. And that is really needed. Kasi two things I wanna share dun sa expression. Minsan kasi gusto nating mag-express pero kanina nabanggit na bakit paano pag takot ka ayaw mo mag-express kasi baka may sabihin sila or something like that. Yun, kaya yung mamimili ka kung saan ka mag-express din. Dapat safe siya, yung ganon. And hindi ka mag-give up na halimbawa pumunta ka, lumapit kayo sa isang tao at hindi at naging negative yung feedback at hindi ka na-accommodate, hindi ka mag-give up na maghanap. Continue to look for that safe space para makapag-express ka. And always yung sabi natin, galing talaga siya sa sarili mo. Kung gusto mong magbago, dapat manggaling siya. So marami kasing factors yun, papasok dyan yung pride. And may mga bagay na akala natin alam natin pero hindi pala. So thank you for attending this and being open na i-receive yung kung ano man yung na-share dito. So yun yung words ko, don't give up kasi help is available. Yun yung lagi namin sinasabi sa Life Coach Philippines na help is available. You just have to reach out. Tama po yung sinabi natin kanina na ang stress ay sa atin kasi sabi nga ni Coach Tin kanina, iba-iba yung tingin. May isang event, kaya nga sabi natin ang isang event ay neutral. Kasi kapag may nangyari isang event, maaring sa'yo stressful, nakakagalit sa'yo, pero sa isang tao hindi. Maybe because they've grown up or wala silang ganong experience na nakakasakit or nakaka-stress sa kanila. So iba-iba talaga yung ano ng bawat tao. So bilang HR, yun din yung na kasi iba yung feelings mo, ikaw ay tao din. So dapat yung employees, tao din kasi sila. So yun, ang ano ko siguro is we all are going through this pandemic, and kahit nga walang pandemic, we go through stresses in our lives, and we try to be compassionate to others, and especially compassionate to ourselves. So yan, being compassionate with ourselves, meaning if may nararamdaman tayo, you reach out for help. Yun yung share ko. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Coach Cherry. Napakagandang message na binigay ni Coach Cherry this afternoon. Lahat naman actually, di ba, Ma'am Diane? Lahat naman binigay ni Coach T, ni Coach Sean, at saka ni Coach Cherry. Is there anyone pa po na gusto kayang magbigay ng last message for our mga ka-HR here sa HR Calabarzon?
Yan. Hello, good afternoon.
Hey, Ma'am, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm life coach Mal. So I'm also in HR before I became a full-time life coach, and before I became before we built the Coffee Republic as the home, and right now a coaching hub and the home of certified life coaches. So thank you sa una, thank you kay Coach Tin for sharing in this session, and thank you for the fellow HRs. I mean, ayun, gusto ko lang rin to really honor each and every one of you, because I'm also in the HR field, and I know that it's not easy to be in the HR field, especially during this time. So you're really doing a great job. And ayun, so stress is something na hindi naman talaga maiiwasan, pero it's something that we can what we can do is really control on how we respond to it. And yun kasi yung una talaga, and it really starts with us. It starts with how we see it. It starts with how are we going to respond to it, and how are we going, alam, sa sarili rin kasi natin. And sometimes being an HR, we think kasi na ang hirap humingi ng tulong, ang hirap din na kasi lahat sila sa atin tumatakbo sa lagi nila parang lahat ng problema ng empleyado, problema ng HR. So it also helps that we look ano ba yung needs natin bilang HR, and ano rin yung help na kailangan natin bilang HR. And it's okay to ask for help, it's okay to be vulnerable, and it's okay to receive help from others as well. So salute po sa lahat ng mga HR practitioners, and I also want to honor you in the things that you do. So yun po, kung kailangan nyo ng tulong, ng assistance, meron pong Life Coach Philippines that can help you and can talk to you and can really assist you on your needs personally as an individual and professionally po bilang HR practitioners. So connect with us. Dito kami, you can check our page, you can connect with us personally, and we're looking forward to help you. We're looking forward to help your employees as well po. So, and thank you so much po for letting us and allowing us to be part of your journey.
Yes. And now, Ma'am Diane.
Yes,
Mag-share
ma'am.
ako ng screen. Yan. Yan, Ma'am Diane, please do the
Ayan.
honor.
Yes, it's my honor to present the certificate. HR Calabarzon Group present the certificate of appreciation to Ms. Maria Cristina De Joya for sharing her invaluable knowledge and expertise as a resource speaker for the 31st HRE knowledge entitled Coping with Stress this pandemic via Zoom and Facebook Live, given this third day of July 2021, signed by our founder, Neddy R. Estrella, CHR.
Yun. And syempre, coach, hindi pwedeng mawala ang ating mandatory picture taking. Pa-open lang po lahat ng video. Sa ating mga ka-HR dyan, pa-open po ng ating mga videos. Yan. Honestly, bakit nga ba tayo nagkakaroon ng mga picture taking, ma'am? Ito kasi minsan meron tayong mga kasamahan na ka-HR na hindi nakakapag-fill up ng ating attendance form pero nakapag-settle ng payment. So ito po ang isa sa background o validation na ginagawa po natin para makakuha po ng e-certificate ang ating mga ka-HR. Yan. Okay. Smile po. 1, 2, 3. Yan. Isa pa po. Wait lang po. Medyo mahina po ang kalaban. Yan. Smile po. 1, 2. Yan. Ang gagawa po naman at nagkakagandahan ng ating mga participant this afternoon, Ma'am Dayan. At talagang yung iba medyo parang on and off sila, Ma'am Dayan. Nakita mo ba? On and off sila sa pagbalik sa ating Zoom ngayon. Marami pong salamat sa lahat po ng... Ay, may humahabol pa po.
Yeah.
May humahabol pa po. Coach Tin, live coaches, we are very, very happy and honored na pinayagan nyo kami na makasama this afternoon. Thank you for giving such a wonderful afternoon this day na kahit na medyo maulan. And you are helping us, mga ka-HR, na maranasan ano nga ba ang pwede naming gawin para maka-cope up sa stress. Kagaya ng sabi nga ni Coach Tin, ni Coach Maureen at ni Coach Cherry kanina, nag-uumpisa ito sa ating mga sarili. Mga ka-HR, inaasahan namin na lahat ng learning na ating natutunan mula last week hanggang ngayon po, sa araw po na to, na marami po tayong mga bagay na mas natutunan pa sa ating mga ka-HR at sa ating mga mentor, ay talaga naman pong ating magagamit sa bawat araw na kasama natin o bawat araw na nagtatrabaho tayo, maging para sa ating pamilya o sa ating mga kasamahan. Ang HR Calabarzon po ay umaasa na ang ating mga ka-HR ay lalapit sa ating mga life coaches, sa ating mga mentors kapag kailangan natin ng tulong. Isang topic po para sa ating mga staff, sa ating mga ka-HR at sa ating mga co-workers. Ngayong hapon na maulan, nagpapasalamat po kaming muli sa pag-join sa HR Calabarzon. Asahan po namin kayo next week dahil next week po makakasama natin ang isa sa government entity na para i-aware tayo sa ang mga benepisyo, ano ang mga kailangan nating malaman for next week. Yan po, asahan po ninyo makakasama natin ang PhilHealth. O, diba? Philippine Health Corporation po, makakasama po natin next Saturday. Kaya stay tuned mga ka-HR dahil lagi po ang HR ay magbibigay at magbibigay sa inyo ng mas marami pang knowledge at learning sa ating mga ka-HR. Hindi lang po sa mga ka-HR, pati po sa micro-business po, lahat po ng owners at mga estudyante. Muli po, magandang hapon at sana po ay samahan niyo ulit kami next Saturday, mga ka-HR. Maraming salamat, Coach Tin. Maraming salamat, Ma'am Dayan.
Thank you, everyone.
Again. Maraming salamat po. Bye!
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you po.